Yo, yeah.
Of course. Man, do whatever you want, man.
Welcome to Who's You?
Who's You?
This is episode 7, baby. I don't know why the piano playing, but
This is my jam.
this our shit. But you got Passage here, you got Jono, you got the man.
And we also got some spirits in the building right now.
Yeah, we got something going on.
Wow. The energy.
Shawty geeking for real.
How does it even start?
I didn't do nothing, bro.
It just started playing.
It's lit.
It had not played the whole time.
Playing as soon as we started the podcast.
Yeah.
That's a little strange, man. It wasn't playing before. It was chilling right in the corner.
Okay, there we go.
Was it on a timer or something?
I think if you pull it out, it plays. If you push it in, it don't.
That's probably what
Okay.
Pushed it in.
I guess. I started.
Alright. Welcome to Who's You. Alright, we definitely got a spirit in this bitch, bro, because my shit just stopped.
No way.
That was crazy. I don't even think there's green. Okay, I was going to say. Alright. One more time. That is nuts.
It's Kenny.
The universe is again.
He's doing shit. He got a smile over
He
here.
got some shit.
Okay.
I'm about to drop some gems, y'all.
He got some shit, bro.
Well, welcome to Who's You, episode 7. You got Jono, you got Passes, you
Yes,
got
sir.
the man Carryout Kenny.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to find him, he there. You show up to an
Right.
event, he probably there.
Probably.
You outside, he probably there.
Working.
Man's air, working, all
Everywhere
times
I am.
possible. You know? Man of the people.
Hell yeah.
A man with presence. You can feel it every time you're around him.
Yeah, for sure. Got aura.
Man's a comedian. And on the low,
Comedian.
Well
Should I be saying
known in
serious?
the local community, bro. Comedian.
but you know how it be. It's the place of genuine artistry, loving to learn more about ourselves, about amazing artists,
That's right.
just cooking. We got a man of many talents.
Yeah.
I love all of his artistries, but I love to hear more about the man, the myth, the legend hidden in the corner. Silent as shit.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good intro right there. That was a
Good
solid intro.
It's good to be here.
There's so many questions I could ask right now. But you were one of the... You've always had an eye for everything, I would say, like photography, videography, even just like music. You got really good taste in just like music in general. You were one of the first photographers I ever worked with, ever, for Puddles, besides Dosa. Shout out Dosa Films, by the way. And that was back in the Lake Merced apartment. You remember that one with Yasmin and all that?
Yeah.
Kind of went through that crazy spiral.
time.
Yeah, trippy times,
It was a
man.
wild time. We got stories for
For
God.
days, bro. Yeah, for
The
days.
first day we linked up.
Yup.
We just went ham.
Yep. We linked up and we went to this. There was like a rave event going on downtown,
Yeah.
and they had like a haunted house set up. It was like right after Halloween
Mm-hmm.
or before Halloween, one of those. And we fucking we went downstairs, bro. We like snuck into the back of the haunted house down, like under the thing.
Looking for the
And we
bathroom.
and we we went into like this liquor room. I was like drinking at the time. Ended up with like some random bottle of Captain Morgan. We ended up chugging in like a parking lot. Like we dipped out from the event.
Fucking wild. I threw up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Just like walking. Like
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna do it, and we're walking through the garage. And as I'm walking, I just turn around and kind of just like throw up, and then just keep walking. And John was just like, "You good?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm good. I feel way better."
Needed that.
We went
The
crazy.
puke and rally is always needed.
Yeah,
Underrated.
dude,
It's like, get it out. I'm good to go.
Yeah, we've had some crazy times, man. And I feel like with like me when I'm doing like art, sometimes like that's a way of like creative expression, like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that was a way for me to like be creative, like in myself. But what are some ways you've been? What have you been working on, man? What you been up to?
Oh man, a lot, honestly. We've just been chilling.
Yeah, what are some of your, like your
We're
favorite?
always chilling, but I'm always working. Always
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
Got a lot of videos I've done recently. Working a lot with musicians, a couple of record labels. Can't say who just yet, but we got some shit coming.
Fire.
A lot of local artists. I want to shout out Phaser. We're working on some crazy projects. Shot a couple of videos for his project that's coming out. I don't know when, but we shot a few videos. It's pretty dope. Frisco Baby, we just shot her video.
Shout out Frisco, baby.
Shout out Frisco. I have a video tomorrow. Loki Tamba.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout out
Dope
Lil
artist.
Keys.
We're gonna make a movie. But I've been working on a lot of videos here at the Fate.
Nice.
We did a lot of performance for the Killings. That was a dope thing. And I just actually have been in this studio for like 3 weeks straight, like editing that,
Fuck yeah.
color grading it, working on the sound, just making it look good. We finally finished it.
Nice.
Should be out soon, hopefully.
Dude, that's great. Like I think about, I don't know why, 'cause you have like kind of the skateboarding background.
Yeah.
I think about like where your love for videography came from, and I don't know why I think of this, but when I think of Keny, I kind of think of skate videos.
That's where I started with videos.
You know, like kind of like that VHS, like you put a skate video in the fucking TV and it like pops up. I don't know why, but like where do you think like your love for it came from?
It really did come from my skateboard company. That was everything to me. It still is everything to me. We're still 8 years strong. 8 years strong. I haven't done too much with it this year because I've been busy with video work, but still there. Instagram's still up. We're gonna make a comeback. Without giving out too much, we are gonna sponsor some more
Nice.
skaters, some local skaters. We have a collab coming soon. Something special for everybody with SOS. Shout out my boy Chole. That's my brother. Shout out SOS. I got the hat on. Always gotta
Hell yeah.
shout out SOS. Done a lot of work for them.
Yeah.
Dope. He's the best. He just released his tech decks. Go cop that. There's only 100 ever made.
I didn't know
They
that.
are fire.
Bro, I'll cop one.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
got one,
Tomorrow.
and I still have it in the box.
Fire, yeah, keep
And
that.
It's at home, like in this little display case I have with like stuff that I get from Japan, and people give me gifts from all over the world. Like it's a special
Yeah.
thing.
I feel like they do a good job of making like rare items. Like
Very
collectibles,
rare.
like
Yeah.
things you just like put up, you you
Yeah.
don't even really rock that much, or like tech
Yeah.
decks, things
Yeah.
you like collect, you
But
know.
I mean, there's people wearing it all over, but it's dope.
Yeah, they're a dope ass brand, bro.
Yeah, but Grayscale is where I got my start. I really got interested in photography and videography just from starting my own skateboard company where I handmade everything: boards, clothes, the graphics, the website, and I would shoot all the videos, edit all the videos on my phone. I had an Android phone at the time, so it was rough because I was trying to use like iMovie for some stuff, and then there was an app on the Android phone, and I was like trying to use a mix of the two, so I had to, record it on my phone, edit what I could, and then send it over, email it to myself, and then pull it up on my computer, and then put it in iMovie.
Damn, you had to go through
And
all
do
the
it like that, and then email it back to myself so I could upload it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But that was a dope time. I had a lot of fun doing that. Found out I was really good at it for some reason. And I got a lot of notice. I used a lot of music that I listened to from like artists I knew, like personally, like Tyrus White. Shout out Tyrus White. Oh damn, I can't believe he's the best.
I think you
I
gotta show me some of his
gatekeep
shit.
Tyrus
Yeah.
White, but he really is
he's
one of
tough.
the dopest producers out there. Young cat. He's from, I want to say, I believe Texas. From down south, but he's dope. Got to talk to him. Super chill guy, very humble.
Fire.
But his sample game is crazy. A lot of stuff he does make, like just from scratch, it's insane. So in the early days, I did use a lot of his music that I would find on SoundCloud. And I've been lucky enough that he's like personally sent me some of his tracks to use, and you get noticed from that. And Suicide Boys, huge influence. That's where Grayscale came from. It's just listening to the Suicide Boys for like the last like 12 years or so.
Yeah. How did Grayscale start?
Man, crazy story. It was really a decision.
I remember you mentioning
like
something
20...
about like pants. Like you were rocking some pants, you were like customizing pants, and then people were like, "Where'd you get those?" You know.
I did pants for a little bit, but that was like later on. But like the whole start of it was I was working at a restaurant like full time, and then just took over as head chef and realized I was taking over my life. And then at the time I was gonna have a kid. No, this is before I took over the restaurant because this is still early. I knew I was gonna have a kid. It's like 2015, and I'm at work just stressing about it, and I'm like, skateboarding was my life the whole time. Like as I grew up, I always skated, needed my skateboard, skated everywhere. That's all I did with my friends. I was a skate rat.
Yeah.
There were days where we didn't do shit, but we would skate at the waterfall. We called it the waterfall downtown Baltimore in the harbor, and that's where we would sit all day. We had like 24-hour days, like go skate day. We would meet at 12 a.m., skate all day, parking garages, the streets, just find skate spots, 12 a.m., just all day. So it was my life. So I knew that having a kid, having to pick up more hours at work and get more serious about that, because at the time I was a chef and I went to school for that. That was everything I wanted to do, but I knew that skateboarding always had to be a part of my life. And I always said that I never wanted to see like a group of kids like skating and be like, "Let me see your skateboard." Like I used to skate like 40 years ago. Like, I was like, I always want to still be able to, do like a kickflip or a tray flip or something. You know? And so I needed skateboarding. I needed to have a reason to just still skate. So I was like, I'm gonna start my skateboarding business. I'm gonna start a skateboard brand. And I get off work one day, just got paid. It's like the end of the month. I look at trying to get some blank decks. Just figuring all this stuff out because I had no idea how you even do this. And by this time, my kid's born. I'm living with my kid's mom in this tiny ass studio apartment. It's like smaller than this. And I'm just like dead tired. One day I get off of work. I'm sitting by the water at this spot I used to always go to, and I'm looking at the boards, and the price of the boards is exactly how much like my rent is.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, I have enough for like one or the other. And I was really just sitting by the water with my homeboy August, my brother August, shout out August. And he's like, "Bro, you should just follow your dreams. Like you should do it." He's always the one that encouraged me. He encouraged me to do so much. He tells me to do a lot. Just his bond, he supports me in everything I do, and I appreciate it. But he was like, "You should follow your dreams. You really think you can do this? You're really going to do this? Like, I think you should do it." And I bought the boards. And was like, "Nah, I got to figure out what to do about paying my rent with my child and my child's mother." But I got the boards in and just started drawing on them with Sharpies, just like putting designs on it, just drawing grayscale on it, different fonts and whatnot. And then my friend Otto, he was a skater, and he snapped his board, and I was just like, "Bro, I just got a bunch of decks. Like, I'll give you one for free. We could do like a little shoot, like take some pictures of it and put it on a website, make a website, all this stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." Gave him the board that I drew on, and he skates it. We take some pictures in a fucking parking lot, in Taco Bell parking lot, like. And that was the start of Grayscale. Like, I just posted that on Facebook, made an Instagram for it, and just like figured it all up from there. Like, didn't have anyone to teach me how to run a business, what to do. Ended up getting my sole proprietorship, wholesaler's license. Started making more connections. It just built up from there. I used to just buy shirts from this guy who was a great graphic designer, but it was just too expensive. It just wasn't making sense to pay all this money to get a few shirts and then have to wait like 3 weeks for them to come in.
Right.
And like it just wasn't fast enough. And I was like, I could do this myself. Like knowing what he's doing, I do it myself. And so I was blessed enough to have a random friend, just random guy I met one day. I was skating downtown at this spot called the Pavilion, which is not there anymore. It's actually Rashfield Skate Park, nicknamed Grayscale Skate Park, because I made the board to represent that. Like Tony Hawk was there, and the mayor, all that stuff is still there downtown Baltimore. But met him one day. He's from Florida. He's an engineer, and we just talked to him about stuff he's doing, and he's just like, oh, I fuck with this idea of you having a skateboard business. Like, whatever you need, like, I make a bunch of money, and I don't need most of it. Like, I'm just chilling. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, he's just like...
like an angel investor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just, like, the early days of Grayscale, he's just like, bro, you could do, like, you know, you can make your own stuff. What do you need to, like, do that? And I was just like, oh, it'd be cool if I had, like, a vinyl cutter, because he could cut out the designs, and I could just press them on the shirts. And he was just like, would this work? Like, sent me the Cricut, and I was just like, yeah, that does everything. He bought it for me, sent it to my house, and was just like, don't worry about paying me back. Like, I just want to see you make it.
Yeah.
And then he, I think like a month later, once I like made all these shirts, made some more boards, like figured out that you could put vinyl on skateboards and just, it sticks. It's really good. It looks good. He decides to order, he ordered like 40 boards.
What?
And a bunch of shirts, and then just gave them out at a skate park in Florida.
What?
Paid for shipping, all of that. And I was like, bro, like, this is crazy. And then, yeah, we kept in contact. We actually worked on an idea for, like, 3D printers and, like, trying to incorporate fax machines and, like, sending scans of objects to 3D print in other places. And then it kind of, like, fell off. He got divorced or something. And like, disappeared off the face of the earth.
Life happened, yeah.
Yeah. But by that time, you know, Grayscale was going good. I, you know, met more people in Baltimore. Did a collab with my brother Coffin. We run a yo-yo company. Well, he runs it. I'm just, you know, part of like the group.
Yeah.
OESYO, professional yo-yoing, Skill Toys. He's sick. I grew up skating with him a lot. Like,
That's such a cool company to have,
brother.
bro.
And we did a collab, did his design on some boards. I worked with Bustin' Boards, Under Armour. Who else?
UA. I love Under Armour.
Yeah, they're based in Baltimore.
Under Armour?
We used to, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Kevin Plank. Because we used to, the trick was in high school, if you were a student athlete, you could go to the Under Armour facility to like train and work out for free.
Sick.
And so we would go there, and it's also like the smoke spot. We would hang out in the water, and there's a boat down there that sits at the sugar factory, the Domino Sugar Factory. And for years, me, August, and my brother Mike would go down there. I'd stand at the edge of the water and swore I could hit this boat with a rock. It was probably like half a mile out.
No
And
way.
I'm like, every time, high out of my mind, thinking like I could hit that with a rock.
Did you ever hit it?
No.
Nah, bro.
I swear I was getting closer like every time, like, but
It's hard to tell how far shit is in water, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
you can't
and
really
we're
tell how the
always
distance.
there at night, and just, yeah.
Sometimes we think we can throw a ball too, or anything.
Yeah,
If you
that
think you can
far,
throw
yeah.
a football or baseball, you're like, I can throw a rock extra far.
It would hit me with this, right? And I'm like, no, I probably would have had better chance with the football because I used to play football.
Yeah.
That's why I thought I could do it because I would, you know, was good at football. Grew up playing football and lacrosse and soccer. Played every sport. That was a crazy time. I thought I was going to be a professional lacrosse player instead of who I am now.
That is crazy.
Was that a popular
Very East
sport?
Coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Baltimore?
because
Very
it's
East
the Maryland State sport.
Oh, really?
So like everybody grew up playing lacrosse. I played since I was like 4 years old.
Oh,
I
shit.
grew
That's
up
crazy.
like I remember I had the earliest memories of going to my older brother's high school games, and I'm like 3-4 years old, sitting under the bleachers, like playing in the dirt, but like at his lacrosse games, and like I remember so many times every year because I went to a private school for like elementary school for a bit. So we didn't celebrate like Halloween.
Yeah.
It was like career day. So you would dress up as what you wanted to be in the future. And
Oh, shit.
every year I dressed up as a lacrosse player.
What?
Sick.
And I would wear my brother's gear and was just like, I'm going to be a lacrosse player. And so when I got to high school, of course, like, I was into it. Played all 4 years, technically like 3 years. My fourth year, I was going for my scholarship. I had it lined up, gonna go to Loyola, D1 school.
Nice.
I believe the best school in the country for lacrosse. I don't know if this still stands. I haven't watched in a while. I haven't watched college lacrosse in forever. But at the time, the best school. And I got plugged in because I met the number one player at that school while I was skipping school. And when we went to Hunt Valley, we would always go to Hunt Valley to hang out because it was like far out of the city. It was a county, and we could like steal shit from like, the grocery stores and shit. And they would feel bad because we were like little black kids.
little fun kids, yeah.
So, but I met him. I forget his name, and he was just like, yeah, just come to the school, check out some practices, like hang out, meet the coaches and all that. Met him my junior year, and then from then on, just like they would come to my games, see how I was doing. In my senior year, I broke my thumb. I think on like the second practice of the season, before the season even started. Broke my thumb. Didn't know it for like 5 or 6 days, and just like stuck with the pain. And then the first game, I get like swatted, and I was like, yeah, that's it. Like this is some pain. So I had to go to the hospital. Went to the hospital, get X-rays and all that. I'm sitting in the waiting room, or I'm sitting in like the like office or whatever, and they're like, this nurse comes in and she's just like, she starts wrapping my hand up, and she's just like, how'd you break your hand?
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's broken. And at this time my world crashes because I'm like, fuck, like there goes my scholarship. I can't play. I can't do shit.
Right.
And I'm thinking like maybe I could just like put it in the glove and play and just like pretend. But it wouldn't fit in the glove.
The cast?
The cast.
Yeah, you.
That's crazy.
I was like, if I could have done it, I could have just played left-handed. Like, I could have got away with it. I was good to go. But, yeah, it wouldn't fit. So I ended up just, like, being on, like, the, like, team help, getting water.
Right, sideline.
Keeping score.
Yeah.
Shit like
Bullshitting.
that. Yeah, just bullshitting. And then I ended up, like, not continuing the rest of the season. Gave up my scholarship. And then by that time, I was just like, all right, I had early acceptance to like 2 other colleges. So I just ended up going to culinary school that summer. But I actually started going to McDaniel College. My junior year, I was doing like summer courses there. And so like by then, I like started going to McDaniel before my senior year ended. And yeah, I was doing a lot then with the culinary school. Dropped out of that, dropped out of McDaniel, got a job at a country club, was doing that for a bit.
Nice.
Baltimore life happened, I got stabbed, and then that just like kind of changed shit up for me, and I really just like, that was like the pivot point where I was just like, all right, I'm gonna be an artist.
Yeah, when did it shift from like I'm doing my thing in Baltimore to like heading out here to like coming to the city, San Francisco?
Probably like 2020. I came out here in 2020. Craziest time ever. I flew. My flight was on September 11th.
That's crazy.
Well, was
They take a
sketched.
flight.
It was the worst day ever because it was September 11th, middle of COVID, and at the time the California fires were happening, so there was no sky. It was all orange out here.
Yeah.
My mom was pissed.
Yeah, that's a
Because-
crazy time.
Yeah, I didn't tell her
fly in.
until like 2 days before I was leaving.
I'm going out to Cali, bro.
My mom leaving.
It was wild because we had this whole moment like a week before like I came out here. We went to my grandmother's house up in Connecticut. And we just hung out with my grandmother. Had this whole like bonding moment with the family. It was actually like not the first like nice time we've had, but like it was just me and my mom on this road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get away for a bit. And at the time, like my life had crashed. Like the restaurant had closed. I had lost my job. I'd broken my knee, so I couldn't skate anymore at the time. I gotten divorced. Lost my house. I was sleeping on my best friend's couch. All this stuff. So getting away with my mom, like just being in the car, getting the ball with my mom because I hadn't really seen her. It was good. And then hanging out at my grandmother's house was relaxing. Up in Connecticut, it's just Con is just old people country. Like, there's nothing to do up there.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. I think they just steal cars.
Yeah, out there.
That's
Okay.
that's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all you can do is
Yeah,
steal.
I know my cousin's car has been stolen like 3 times,
Fuck.
and I'm just like, yeah, I think that's all they. I think that's the crime out there, is just stealing cars, because it's not like you can really rob anybody, because you're gonna see someone like every
Yeah, you're gonna see him again.
10 miles, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then it's
Same
small. If you go
person.
downtown, there's like 4 buildings.
Yeah.
Don't let it be a Saturday. You're just like, yeah, that person robbed me. That person robbed me. That person stole my. It's a small place, but it's relaxing. Just lots of green fields, blue sky, like really laid back. Good hikes.
Mhm.
I went on a hike, climbed a mountain with my aunt. She's in her 60s, late 60s. At the time, she was like, damn. Yeah, she was like, I think like 62, 63 at the time, and we climbed this mountain, which was crazy to see, because she was walking up to the mountain, up the trail with her like cane,
Mhm.
and then we get to this wall of mountain, and she's just like, all right, now we gotta climb up this, and I was like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. How you about to get up there?
Had this game the
She
whole
was just
time.
like, you good, you just go up, and she loved taking pictures. I think that's what really like
Got you into that.
kicked it for me, because after this I was, I was still doing grayscale, but I was kind of like, life was just whatever,
Yeah,
I was doing
yeah.
way too much acid. At this point I was doing acid every single day.
That's interesting, because it was like a transformative time.
It
Right?
was a transformative time. I rediscovered myself. I used to just only wear like black and gray clothing, and then
Making
I
niche.
started like, figuring out who I was more, and being free, instead of just being like stuck in like, all right, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna run this company, I'm just gonna do this American dream bullshit. And I honestly was not happy. I was depressed. It sucked. I was not a great person. Yeah, it was a rough time.
Do you think psychedelics helped with
Oh yeah. Because when you're on acid, you just know everything, and it helped me to just like sit down and paint for hours.
Yeah,
Like, I was painting
yeah.
boards for hours, like days. And then me and August, we would do the acid all the time, because I was sleeping on his couch. And so there would just be days where like we'd wake up. It's like 9 in the morning. We're just like, oh, we got shrooms and acid. Let's do some shrooms now. It'll wear off in like 4 hours, and then we'll do the acid like 2 hours in, just so it like hits right, and do the shrooms. Wake up, go to the balcony, probably smoke like 7 cigarettes,
back to back?
and then drink a 40. Probably finishing the 40 that was left out overnight that we didn't finish, and then the shrooms will hit, and then we just go stare. He had this giant TV. This like 75-inch flat screen, really nice, and we would just watch the screensavers, just like fish, for like 3 or 4 hours, and then get an idea to like go to the woods, rent a car, drive out to the middle of nowhere. Allegedly, we would shoot guns.
Allegedly.
And just be out there, just like laying in the river. Like he still sends me photos to this day of us on like hikes, and even then I had like a camera.
Yeah.
I had this little like Fujifilm. I forget which one it is, but it was really cool, and I was taking pictures with that. But yeah, I would just do a bunch of acid and just figured myself out, and then yeah, that kind of helped me to like realize like I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, kind of escape
Baltimore
that.
just wasn't doing shit. I hit my peak in Baltimore. I'd done all I could do, all I really wanted to do. Businesses weren't really like trying to work with you.
Yeah.
It's a rough city. It's really survival. People are trying to get over on you. It really is cutthroat. It's just really survival city. But I was like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It was really hot. Looked on, I think it was like Orbitz. It was like a flight. And it was $60
To get out here
round trip.
to Frisco. That's main.
And I was
bro.
just like, fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Got that. And just counted down the days. Did acid every day. Went camping. Drove to New York one time randomly. Because we got really high on acid. Decided that it was a good idea to go to our national park at like 11:30 at night. Thinking that it was going to be open. We could just camp out.
Yeah.
Get the car. Pack it up with the tent and all this stuff. Drive to the to the national park, get there. It's pitch black, of course, and then the gate, you can't even get in.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, what do we do now? And I'm like, we should just go to New York. And he's just like, you think I won't? And I'm like,
He said, "Say I won't."
do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'll do it. And he starts driving like towards New York. And I'm like, I'm gonna take one of my famous acid naps, which is crazy. And,
Trip out while you sleep.
and August is just like, don't be surprised when you wake up.
New York.
We're in New York, and I was just like, all right, I'll believe it when I see it. Take a nap, wake up. We're on the Jersey Turnpike.
Crazy.
And
Who was that? I don't know.
but we're on the Jersey Turnpike. I'm just like, holy fuck, we're on our way to New York at like 12:30 in the morning.
Damn.
No plans. I probably had like $100 to my name, and just like acid camping gear in the back. And at this time, I'd been in New York a bunch of times. We used to go for skate trips and just to get out because it's 4 hours away, like 3.5 hours if you really push it. So we would just go all the time. The Blix bus was like $10, so we would just go skate, be there for like 3-4 days, sleep at the skate park, like whatever.
Nice.
But I never actually went to like the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to go see the Statue of Liberty. So we get to New York. I have the pictures still of, like, we pulled over to the side of the road because I was like, I want to, like, get out. It was middle of COVID. There's nobody outside. It's the only time you get to see New York. Like,
Streets are empty, huh?
Yeah. It was wild. So, I mean, traffic was still fucking terrible.
Was it?
Terrible. We somehow got cut off by, like, a UPS truck. Like, squeeze in this little spot and like cut us off. New York is wild. Like, don't drive, skate. And when you skate, don't get on the sidewalk. There's too many people skating the street. It's way safer. The bikers skate. Like, New York is not a place to drive. But yeah, we get out there, pull over to the side of the road. I'm like sparking a blunt on the sidewalk, just like in the middle of nowhere. Not in the middle of nowhere, but like middle of the city, like just some random neighborhood. Don't know anybody there. Just there. And then we go see the Statue of Liberty. And, like, I get to it, I look at it, I'm just like, cool. I'm like, what do I do now? I see it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's cool. But at that moment, that's when I was just like, I'm going to travel. This is what I want to do. I just want to travel and see shit I've never seen before. Because in Baltimore, no one ever leaves. No one leaves Baltimore. No one leaves their neighborhood. Like, people die there.
Yeah. People don't make it out. Yeah.
Most people don't make it till 25.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, So, I was like, this is what I want to do. Got my ticket to SF. Counted down the days. And, flew out here. Stayed with my cousin for a day. He went on his vacation, didn't tell me he was leaving. I had his apartment for a day, had to figure out where I was going to stay. I had the trip back, but I was like, after like a day and a half here, I was just like, why would I go back? It's the same. I saw a dude get stabbed like in the Mission. First day. First fucking day, the dude gets stabbed on the bus. And I'm like, Dad, it's just like Baltimore. There's junkies everywhere. It's on the bus.
Yeah.
But that's where I learned, like, you just get on the bus. Like, you don't have to pay for that shit. Like, what are they going to do about it?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, it's like, it's better because the sun's out and you can smoke weed here. There's weed stores. The same amount of crime, like, well, less crime, but it's still crime that I'm used to. I don't have to get used to, like, new crime. Fuck. I had to get used to, like, the bipping, like, breaking into cars and stealing shit. Like, because in Baltimore,
broad daylight.
somebody breaks into your car, they're stealing your whole car.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all complaining about, like, damn, they broke my window and stole my charger. I'm just like, hey, left your car? Like, fuck.
You're good. You're chilling. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What was it like when you got out here? Like, what besides like the bipping? Like, what was life like?
It was cool. I was really just chilling because at the time I was getting like unemployment.
Okay. Dope.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
I was getting that because I didn't know about unemployment until like way later, like into COVID, and they were like, "Yeah, it's just all the money you just work for is like stored up for unemployment now. It's just like, damn, I never knew about that. I just worked so much like growing up. So I had like $10,000 in just unemployment, and I was just like, why the fuck would I ever go back to work if I just get paid every week to do shit and run my business? But I had unemployment. I came out here with like $200 in cash and my skateboard. And then that's when I figured out, like, the first week I got a hotel, realized that shit is, like, eating up all of my money. It was, like, $800 for, like, a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not even a good hotel. It was off of, like, Bush Street downtown. And I was like, this place sucks. There were people stealing the furniture
From the hotel?
from the hotel, like,
That's man.
daily.
During the
Smoking
day.
meth, smoking fentanyl in there, like,
And they still
people
taxing
having
you.
parties. And I was just like, man, I'm charging so much.
Yeah.
I don't even have shit here.
Yeah. People stealing
Taking
shit.
his
See
shit.
why it's so expensive is because I'm paying for everything else everybody is doing here.
Yo. Fuck
It was rough. But the room was cool, you know. It was cool. I didn't have a view of shit, but the room was decent. Like, it had a window at least on the desk. And so it helped me get accustomed because there was really nobody outside, like, except for like junkies and shit.
Right.
But I could walk around the city and like there wasn't too much going on. It wasn't overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I got to kind of learn the layout of the land, where stuff was. As things slowly opened back up, I got to learn about, like, you know, where the bars were, where do people hang out.
It's kind of
where's
like a
the good
blank
food.
canvas when you came out here. There's
Yeah.
not much, like everything was restarting.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was
it's
like I
kinda
kind of got to
relearning.
pick like what I wanted to do,
What
who I wanted
community,
to be
yeah.
around, and what I wanted to work on. So I freelanced for like the first 6 months here. Or no, I freelanced. I freelanced for like 2 months. Then I got a job at San Francisco. Fuck that place.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, fuck that place. I'm not gonna say anymore. I was just gonna like go on a rant about it, but
It's never needed.
Yeah.
We know. if it's
yeah.
fuck that place, it's fuck that
Yeah.
place. For real.
but yeah, I worked there. It was crazy. I became like the manager in like 2 weeks, and then they made me like the general manager for both stores in like a month. And I was like, there are people that have been working there for like 10 years.
I trusted you, man.
And I was like, what is going on? And then just the hiring process was crazy. They were like, oh, we need diversity. We're going to put somebody else here. And had me go through all these fucking interviews of all these qualified people. And we hired the one unqualified person because the color person.
Oh,
It
bro.
was a person of color. And I was just like, this makes my job really hard.
Yeah.
What up, man?
Yo.
Oh shit.
And then I was just like, all right, whatever, you know. And then they fucking fired me because I came in as like, I'm trying to, you know, bring some skateboards to this. They did not have skateboards, but I will full on expose them here. I do not care. They were not doing skateboards. They were screen printing all their stuff. They had the whole screen printing factory and all that. But I was telling them how I screen printed boards and know the whole process and the proper way to do it. And had me go through the whole like thing of thinking like, oh, I'm part of like the administration, like management now, and asking me about like how do you do this with the screen printing? Like, how do you make it look good? Like, what's the process? Like, how do we do this? And I was, you know, I did it all with them, and they were like, all right, we're going to start screen printing. We'll let you know, thinking I'm going to be a part of the process. And then they just, like, make some boards, and they're just like, yeah, cool. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, y'all just left me out of it? Like, I was like, all right, it's whatever, it's cool. And then working there, they were like, yeah, we can stock some of your boards from your company, because I was still pushing grayscale when I got out here. And I was like, all right, cool. Never happened. The most I got was like, I brought him like 100 sheets of like grip tape from my sponsor. Shout out Aaron's brand, grip tape, best grip in the game.
Yes, sir.
I still have a shitload of grip tape. Like he would send me like 300 sheets a month. Like, and I was just like, I don't even have this many skateboards. Like, I can't even sell this much. I was giving it out. I was giving people, like, when they would buy a board, I gave people, like, 5 sheets of grip. Like,
Damn.
just take it.
Excellent,
I have
yeah.
so much.
My
Like,
hands.
it's really good grip. Really good grip. But, yeah, the most I got in there was, like, grip tape. And that shit was, like, even rough to sell. And people started coming in, and I would tell them about my skate brand because I'm like, these boards are cool, but like I taught them how to do this. Like,
Yeah.
this is my, you know, check out my stuff. Like, and people would start buying my boards. Like for me, they were just like, I'm not buying these. Like yours actually look cool. You started this. Like, I'm like, cool. And then they wanted me to go to the skate park at Waller and promote like their like San Francisco boards. And I was just like, man, it's crazy. Why would I do that outside of work? Like promote your boards outside of work when I'm off the clock, and I promote my own stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to build my thing. I just work. It's a job. Like,
Yeah.
but and I was just like, I kind of like voiced how like that made me uncomfortable. You know, I was really getting into my California ways of just like not just like popping off and being like, why the fuck would I do that? Like. I was like, no, it just makes me uncomfortable. It doesn't seem like
I'm not fucking with it, yeah.
and then they just got mad, and they were just like, you know what? We don't think it's really working out. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? And just like, we'll talk later. And end the meeting, and I was just like, fuck, I should have just went off. Like, and then I get to work, and they just hand me a check, like my last check, and they're just like, you don't have to, you know, work today. It's just your check. You know, we appreciate you. And I was just like, what the fuck, like. Why don't y'all just direct deposit it? Like,
Send it to the account.
like damn, bro, it sucks. You let me come all the way here. But I was just like, fuck it, like whatever. Because there I got to meet Pat at Peacock. She runs Peacock.
Okay.
Shout out Peacock SF.
Shout out Peacock.
The best,
Shout out.
best store for all your party needs.
Hell
She's
yeah.
got her dogs in there all the time, always playing some great music. She's the most fun person ever. But she really like helped me when I got here because I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do, and she had a room in her house and was like, she needs her website done for her store, and I was like, oh, I can do a website. Like at first it was just like she needs some pictures of like the clothing and all that stuff uploaded to the website. Easy. Come to find out, she needs a full website built,
Yeah.
like everything, and I'm just like, kind of easy. Like I can do it, but that's a lot more than I thought. But it worked out because she was like, you could just stay at this room in my spot, and in exchange for, you know, doing my website and just like uploading stuff and keeping it updated. And I was like, damn, I can work with that, you know. So she let me like stay at her place for like a year, basically for free. And my, you know, payment was like helping her fix stuff at the store, fix stuff, and even to this day I still fix stuff at the store. You know, set up like POS systems. I installed all the security cameras. So let me do a mural in there. And like minor security. I worked in there every so often when she needs help. Like, you know, I'll sit behind the register.
Nice.
But just like, just in exchange for like being a helping hand, like helping her out, walking her dogs, rolling joints. That was the best. Cause she would like come in with like a big ass bag of weed and be like, can you roll me like 3 or 4 joints so you can have the rest? And I'm like, damn, like, yes. Whatever you need.
Yeah, definitely doing that.
And I'm like, yeah, this is great. But she was the best, and I, you know, get out of there, and I've lived all over the city, lived in the Mission, in the Haight, to the Upper Haight, in the Richmond, just everywhere. So I got to experience a lot of the city, and meet a lot of people, a lot of different networks. A lot of really great connections. I'd say I love the Bay Area because since I've been here, I've gotten to meet like all my favorite artists. Like anybody, I met a lot of them in Baltimore because I used to run a studio there. So like a lot of, you know, big artists would come through. I wouldn't even know who they were. I was just, you know, you need studio time, I'm renting this out.
Yeah.
And
I'm a huge Kerr fan. Kerr's like that. He got me into rapping. I love Kerr's flow, bro. He's tough. His Heaven or Hell freestyle had me so deep in music. I was like, okay, now I know why people like music. He's so dope.
real music.
Real music.
But yeah.
Who are some of your favorite artists you work with out here in the Bay?
Oh man. Xanabis.
Hey!
My brother.
One of my favorites too. I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna let him skip over his greatness or play it down.
Dude's a legend.
Honestly, one of the dopest artists
People.
to work with.
Fuck artists, people.
Especially that's my brother. Especially because I would not really be doing video. I wouldn't know that I would wanted to do music videos in the way that I do them and like the style that I shoot.
Yeah.
Having the vision because I was just sticking to photos. I thought I was just gonna do photos. I wanted to be a photographer. I love photography.
You were saying Zane is one of your favorites because he was you were able to shoot visuals with him.
Yeah,
Get a feel for that.
we started with this Ask Me Why video, and that's really what like got me like going. Was because I had my camera and I was like messing around with trying to shoot more video because I'd done it before, but not like I wanted to make movies. I wanted to tell a story. I wanted it to be good.
Yeah.
But I knew a little bit of Adobe, but there was like I edited the Ask Me Why video on CapCut. CapCut. And that's where I was just like, all right, I figured this out. I can figure some other shit out.
Yeah. Once
And I got to DaVinci. Shout out DaVinci. Please sponsor me.
Shout out to
Yeah,
DaVinci,
please.
man.
Please. Please.
Is that what you work on now, DaVinci?
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve?
Yep.
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve 20 because it's fire.
Mhm.
But yeah, we shot the Ask Me Why video because I had my camera and it was just like we were sitting at the store at Chameleon. Shout out Chameleon. Dopest store. All three of them on 8th Street. Go check them out. They have the best deals, the best clothing, honestly, the best crew.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
And they got a new
Japantown,
store, right?
Japantown, Double on Hate.
Two stores on Hay,
The outlet
right?
on Hate. Everything is $12.
Yeah, that
Fire.
one. Shout out that store for sure.
I got this at Chameleon.
And your season.
Yeah.
Two for
Two
two.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Yeah, I went to what was I saying? Damn, I'm blank.
Just favorite. Making the video. The Ask Me Why video.
making the video. We were sitting at Chameleon. He played this song that he hadn't released, and I was like, I fuck with that song. We should shoot a video for it.
Yeah.
Because for some reason it just like brought like I could clearly see the vision of like what to do.
Had the camera already, good to go.
Yeah, and I was like, let's go do it. And so we ended up just going out that night, the camera, and just filming some dope shit, just a running gun. And I just spent time editing it, and he dropped it, and it went fucking crazy on YouTube, which was like my first like crazy video. Like it fired. I don't know what it's at now. I think it's like 7K, 8K
Views?
Yeah.
That's big, man.
Cool.
That's
crazy.
a lot.
And that encouraged me, motivated me to like, be like, all right, maybe I should do this video shit. Maybe I can accomplish what I was thinking of with, making movies. And then I kind of split off from there and got into like the film industry, and so I found like my love for cameras altogether, just the technology behind it.
Yeah.
Which helped me get more work in the film industry. I became a camera technician, so I learned how to repair cameras, like build cameras. I want to build my own camera. I'm currently working on.
Sick.
But then I just got to learn like everything about it, like everything, knowing the ins and outs of it, and it exposed me. At one point, I only knew about like DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, and then I get to a movie set for Salami Rose Joe Lewis, dope artist, and I see it Ari Super 35 up close, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing is rigged out. I'm like, what is that?
What the fuck you got on there?
And so I'm learning about it. I'm just like, cinema cameras. I didn't know there were like cinema cameras. Like I thought people just shot movies on like like handheld cameras and shit. I was like, what the fuck? But that like opened up a whole new world for me of like the technology behind that. How much like the camera matters, but like all the specs behind it matter even more. And then it helped me learn like why editing is so important, because why all of those like special specs in camera matter, because you can just go shoot anything on any camera, you can make it look good. I'm a big advocate for that. I still use a Canon 70D. It's like 20 years old at this point.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If you look at my footage, it looks clear, like but it's all about lighting. It's the number one thing. Learn your lighting. Learn what shutter speed means. A big thing I learned from Dosa. I was not doing this forever ago. One day he just like sent me this list of like temperatures. Temperature. That shit changed the game. That blew my mind. Once I started like not just doing like auto white balance and changing the temperature. you can do all kinds of shit with that. You got good lighting, change your temperatures, shutter speed, ISO, just knowing what everything does and how it affects like the look in camera, and then knowing in post what you want to accomplish helps so much. That is really the base of it. I think of every time I have a project, all I think about is what do I want the end product to look like. That's how I figure out my shot list and what we're gonna do. What camera am I gonna use? 'Cause I have a lot of cameras. I like to use a lot of different cameras. I had all this gear. I want to use it all the time. Sometimes it's just sometimes you just need a camera and a mic, a tripod. You're good to go.
Yeah, simplicity.
Yeah, but it's also fun to just like rig your camera up with all this extra shit. Put a giant V-mount battery on it, and, a matte box, and put it on the shoulder rods, and just absolutely pointless. Turn this tiny camera, this like 3-4 pound camera, into like 20-25 pounds of just electronics that if you dropped it, you'd be in debt for the rest of your life.
Oh.
But it's fun.
Plug-ins on the camera.
Yeah, but it's fun, and I just really just fell in love with it, and since then it's been a crazy journey of getting to work with so many artists, like a lot of local artists, like FNG. That was a group I wanted to work with when I first started photography. Shout out Jess, dope photographer, dope videographer. I remember I saw a video she shot for Surge, and that like sparked something into me, being like, I want to do this full time. Like I can do stuff like this. Like this is what I want to do. And since then, I've worked with them on some projects. Not even just work, but they're like good friends of mine now. It's great to be a part of that community. And just being around them, they have a lot of dope events. They do a lot of dope stuff for the community, and just being there, like doing BTS for some stuff they've done.
Community first.
Yeah. They do a good job at building community, and they're all really like cool people,
Yeah, really cool people, and it just inspiring, encouraging, motivate me to just do more. It's always good when I see any one of them out, and they're just like, "Oh, what you been working on?" It's just like, cool. I see you doing your shit. You see me doing my shit too. Like, just all right, love.
It's like mutual respect.
I am doing the shit. That's cool. It reminds me of that. But yeah, working with them, Frisco Baby, dope artist. Shot a video, like I said before. We'd actually been planning that video for like 6 months. Not even that video. We did plan the video that we shot originally, like probably almost a year ago actually. And then went through like storyboarded out like 3 other songs. And then come back to this, the song we did, and I'm just like, all right, cool, it's full circle. We, finally did the song we originally planned to do, and it turned out dope. It was amazing. Lots of energy. A lot of great people showed up. Passage was there. Did some BTS. It was a big help. I appreciate it.
Pop out at the liquor store.
Hey.
To pop out. It was a lot of fun. Who else? Shout out my brother Spider. SV Chucky. My brother, all the way from, he's out here, but connected because he's from Philly. I'm from Baltimore.
Nice.
Same area. But he's like, like the one person that really like, we understand where our mindset is because we just come from a different place. So like when I'm really like stressing and just being like, there's been a lot of times where I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. Like I don't have to be out here. I don't want to be out here. Like this is tough. Like why am I putting up with this? He's just like, no, we're really different. We had to get out for a reason. We're doing something different than what is the norm where we come from. We're cutting a new path. That's why it's difficult. Shout out him, the whole, Strike Gang. Man, there's so many. I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't even know. If I just keep naming people, then I gotta keep naming
man, busy man.
Yeah.
Shout out True, Jay Stay True.
Hey, shout out Joshy, man.
Shout out Josh. It's the homie. Of course, shout out Jono.
Hey, love.
Puddles
brother.
Club.
Love, brother.
That was my start doing his photo shoots for him, for his brand.
Yeah.
was dope.
Yeah. I was telling him today. First photographers I ever worked with.
Yeah. I really got to get creative. So you just have an idea and just be like, I want to shoot like by the beach. And I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's what I like about like hanging out with Jono. We just like come together and have an idea. It's like by the next week, it's like
It's done.
already in motion.
It's
Like,
happening,
with
yeah.
the whole Puddles Club pop up at the beach.
A lot of things people don't know. One thing that people don't know is that Puddles Club Beach pop-up was an idea that me and Kenny came up with on the way to the Alameda Antique Fair on a bus in Oakland.
It was like a
Like,
Sunday
hey,
morning.
just talking about going to like a beach and doing a pop-up. And he's like, yeah, we should do that. And then we ended up doing it like 2 months later. Just fucking came about.
Just made it happen.
Yeah, he's had a lot to do with the flyers too for those pop-ups.
Mm.
Like I think the last one he took the photo of the flyer.
And I don't even take those for the flyers. I just take photos and Jono sees it. He's just like, let me get that.
Put them
Yeah.
together, yeah.
Let me use that
It
real
means a
quick.
lot. It's
Yeah. It's been good, man. We got good chemistry when it comes to like creativity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely got to shout out my lady, Jean the Queen.
Jane.
Dope artist to work
Shout
with.
out Jane, man.
First off, it's my whole world. But we've been working on some stuff. I don't want to say too much about what she's got coming out. It's coming out soon. She's performing May 28th.
I think. Check back in with that one.
End of the month.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at the Felix.
Hell
Dope
yeah.
show. She's reviewing her EP. She's releasing her EP.
Sick.
She's worked on it for a long time. She's worked really hard. And the cool thing about that is, since she started it, we have been doing like, I just followed her for like BTS and just like filmed all the studio sessions. We got to sit down and do just like every so often, just like how she's feeling about like where she's at with the EP, the music she's making. She's working on new stuff. It's like little interviews, photo shoots. It's really dope to have someone really live together, spend all of our free time together, and we also get to work together, just get to create together.
In your artistry, yeah, that's really dope. Like
Yeah.
all that insight of like how she's feeling through her process and everything.
Yeah, just like being there to help inspire her. She inspires me so much, encourages me to just keep going. It's funny, people always like, we have opposite personalities. She's so bubbly and like happy and just like motivating and encouraging, and I'm just like, no, I don't feel like doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go home. Like, everybody knows me. I'm out somewhere. I'm just like, I want to go home. Like, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, balance you out, yeah.
Yeah, but it's great to have that like
Duality.
the duality.
You need that.
Of like when I feel like I'm just like, oh no, I don't feel like doing this, or I don't think I'm like good enough to like, get this gig, like Watch Out Fly. She's like, oh, look at all this other stuff you've done, like you can do it. And I do it, and I'm just like, man, you were right.
Hey, you're doing it, man. You're literally doing it. And I mean, the direction you're heading is something that's gonna be very like really cool to watch, man. You know, like your growth and everything.
Yeah,
Just keep going, bro.
man. Like I said, I got a lot. I can't really expose much yet, but we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Just here with the Fate, we got a lot more coming up.
Nice.
Shout out Tariq, brother Tariq,
Yeah.
Rare Records. We have some stuff coming up. We've been shooting videos with Phaser. And then we've got some projects we've been working on the side too. We got a little production company we're getting together aside from my own production company. So just want to include more people in the community. I'm really trying to like give out as much knowledge as possible.
Yeah,
It's funny. Earlier I was at Chameleon with Zan, and this guy comes in and just like starts spewing random shit about trying to trade clothes or whatever. But before he leaves, he's just like, I forget what he said exactly, but he's like, knowledge is like power, but applied knowledge is like is wisdom. And I was just like, that That's true. That's true. Like, I have all this knowledge. I have all these resources. I've done so much through my life, like being a chef, on a skateboard company, electronics company. Now I'm doing, just media. And still in between that, I'm just so much stuff. I had a tattoo business. Just everything. And I'm learning all this stuff not for me. Like, of course I enjoy it, but like, this is stuff that I can give out to like other people, and that's what I want to do, is just like give out knowledge, encourage people that is, if you want to do anything, you can do it. It wasn't my 100% passion to run a tattoo business, but I did it. I did it for a bit until I didn't feel like doing it. I couldn't keep it up. It wasn't my passion, so it's like I can't keep it up. When it starts growing, or like when times get hard, it's just like I could easily just put it down.
Yeah.
But for someone that wants to do it, it's just like they see me doing it, and they're just like, oh, he can just do it. Like, he's just doing it. He doesn't. It's not. His whole heart really isn't into it. Like, but this is how far he can get just doing it, just trying. Just think of like what you can do if you're really trying. Like, this is your passion. This is what you want to do for the rest of your life. You can do it.
Yeah.
Just try it. You never know what you're good at. You never know what you like. You never know what skill you'll pick up from doing something else that you're kind of interested in. Like,
Yeah.
It's one of the most
I
beautiful
tell
things
people
you can
just do something you don't want to do, work a terrible job, but that's going to make you think about what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're going to torture yourself
What
to
you
get
love
to where
to
you
do.
want to go.
and that's what I do. That's literally a trip. I've been
Yeah.
full-time freelancing, but every so often I will get a job for like a month because I know I hate that shit. And it just the whole time I'm there, all I'm thinking is, I don't want to be here. What can I do to make sure I never have to come back to this place?
Later.
How can I get rich overnight so I can just not show up again?
Save
But the whole
money.
time it's just sending me the checks. Like, I find a job that pays like every week, and they just stack that up.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
save a little bit. Get out of there.
Foreign policy. I'm just not gonna show up again. Like, why would I tell them like I'm gonna give them 2 weeks? So they have 2 weeks to treat me like shit.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Fuck all that.
Just be like, I'm going about my business. You don't have to have like ill words, people treating you funny or anything. Just like,
Hella awkward.
I'm done.
Well, I mean, bro, I feel like one of the most beautiful things in life is to like inspire people, and you're a real inspiring individual, man. Just keep doing you, brother.
Always.
Keep doing you. Do you have some outro questions for Kenny?
I would love some knowledge.
Some knowledge.
Yeah, some wisdom.
All right. The cheat code to life.
Mm-hmm.
The cheat code to life. All right. There's 2 things about this one. Everyone always asks like, what is the purpose of life? The purpose is just to have an experience, just to be here. There is no set purpose, like existing. You didn't choose to exist. No one chose you to exist. You were just a baby born, and they gave you a name. They didn't pick you.
They gave you a chance to make whatever you can make from whatever experience you're given.
So you're lucky you get to experience this. So that's the purpose of life is to experience. So experience everything. But the cheat code to like get through all the bullshit, to like make it kind of not easier, but like
Enjoyable.
like when everyone asks, like the big question is like, what do I do? Like, how do I get through this life? Just never give up. It's the only thing you can do. Because a lot of the shit that happens is not your choice. You have no control over it. But as long as you just don't give up, you don't stop doing what you want to do, what you're trying to do in life, none of that other shit matters.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't stop. Because the world's not going to stop. If you stop, it just goes on and it gets worse. Just keep going.
Shit don't stop it, you just keep going. Or whatever Young Thug said.
That was fire. I fuck with that.
Quit that job. Quit that job. They treat you wrong. Quit that job. Bro.
Quit that job.
Figure that shit out, man. You're gonna be alright. Just quit that job. They treating you bad. Just bounce. You're gonna be
So
alright.
with that, where's your peaceful place?
My peaceful place. I like to get out of the city. I like to be in the woods. I'm a real nature kid. I grew up country in Baltimore, out in the county. We just went to the woods. My backyard was the forest, pretty much. You know, so we just hung out there, going to the creek. Smoking out there all the time because we didn't want our parents to know we were smoking.
Mm.
But I love going on hikes. I do have some spots in Golden Gate Park that I love to go to. Because there's spots in there where you can just go and it feels like you're somewhere
Chilling,
else.
yeah.
Like you don't hear any cars, nothing. But just like being alone, I like solitude. I like being to myself a lot. Like you see me out and I'm not like talking or anything. I look like I'm not having a good time. Probably not having a good time because I'm outside. But I'm really just to myself. Like I'm just in my head, just thinking about like work. Cause I always got work. Like every second of every day. Like you see me checking my watch. Like I just got like, I got like 7 messages about work, emails, and I'm just like I'm gonna ignore all this shit because I'm not gonna let it stress me out.
Since a youngin.
I
was lacrosse, sports, work,
working
job
since
is
forever.
literally like working since forever.
That shit never stops.
That's one thing I could tell is like from being a student to being a grown man, you just work.
I'm just
you
hey,
never
I
gave
got,
up.
I got work lined
Never
up.
gave
That's
up.
it. Always got something to do. Every time it's like Zan's here. After this, I'm gonna work. You want to record some shit? We can record some shit. If not, I can go home and edit. Work.
Yeah.
Just work. Just keep working. Just have something to do. Just all the time. Just doing something.
Hell yeah.
You can't. The depression can't get to you if you're just working.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's when depression get me the most.
Yeah.
Is when I ain't doing shit and I'm wondering why I ain't doing something. There's probably something I could be doing. There's probably something I'm missing. Like I got anxieties because I'm not doing something I probably know I should be doing.
Right.
Kicks my ass.
When you get that, get up, smoke a blunt,
Do something.
draw some shit.
Yeah.
Do
Watch
something.
Throw some YouTube on, man. Watch a documentary about like the government. Those shits are cool.
Yeah. Show support. That sounds
Literally
nice,
my screensaver. Just do it, man.
Just do it.
It's been that for 2-3 years because it's like just do something.
Yep.
Don't matter what you do, just do something because that's gonna get you to wherever you want to go next. If you sit there doing nothing, you're just gonna continue doing nothing,
Exactly.
and that shit sucks.
Stop doing nothing.
Stop doing nothing. Follow your dreams. Chase your passions. You can literally do anything you want. You have free will. That's the number one thing. That is knowledge. That's the knowledge. The only thing you have to remember about life is that you have free will.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything you want. There are consequences.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do anything you want in life.
Every cause has an
Hopefully
effect.
It's good. You know, it's positive. You want to make a change. You want to make an impact on people. But you can do anything you want.
Yes, sir.
Let the robots do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let them take care of the easy work.
Yeah.
We are made for a journey, and a lot of people forget that.
That's
It's
facts.
literally like we're made to just continue moving, but they want us to stay still, and that's why the American dream is so fucked. It's because they want you to stay inside.
It's
They
a
don't
dream.
want
They want you to
to
stay asleep.
They want you to dream.
It's a dream.
That's right.
Live,
That's right.
experience, journey. Understand that this is not what they say it is. It's what you make it.
Exactly.
right.
They want you to have a
Simple as
dream.
that.
China don't have no dreams. They doing shit.
Just constantly
They
doing
just
it.
do shit. They just doing it. We out here, American
Yeah.
dream. I'm dreaming about doing stuff.
I'm dreaming about buying a
Nah,
house and
we
sitting
do
inside.
it. No, we dreaming about buying a house is usually go home.
Get out there. Go do something, you know?
hmm Even when you don't want to do something, do something. That's my best advice ever. When you don't want to do something, it's because there's really something you need to do, and it's sitting outside your door. And that opportunity can change your life. But if you don't do it, you just sit inside, shit stays the same.
Uh-huh.
And you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be like, damn,
Yeah.
why has nothing changed?
Right.
Because there's that opportunity outside. Like I said with Frisco, the door ain't open until you open it.
That's
Every
right.
door is closed.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up. You want to take us out?
You got it.
Shoot! Well, this is episode
7.
7. Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Appreciate Kenny for being here. Real inspirational individual.
This is
Where
dope.
can you find Kenny at?
You cannot find me. Don't look for me.
Yo.
He everywhere
but
in the corner.
I'm on Instagram, carryout.only. Yeah, you're just gonna see pictures, videos that I posted, and then I really only post like when I'm working.
There you go.
Which is all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll know that's me. You'll see me out at events and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
See him everywhere.
Yeah. Say hi. Make sure you pop up. Say hi. And thank you, P, for being here. Thank you, Dosa. Thank you, Zan. Appreciate y'all.
This is dope.
Love. This is Who's You. Thank you.
Peace, love, and prosperity.
Yes, sir.